Okay, so we come now to integration by substitution. So in this section, we'll study first algebraic substitutions. We will be using two substitutions in this topic, algebraic substitution and trigonometric substitution. So first, we'll have the algebraic substitution. So there are some integrals that requires a change in variable. So basically, algebraic substitution is about the changing of variables. For this problem, we need to evaluate this integral. Let's call this I. So if we call this I equal to the integral of 4x minus 1 over the quantity 2x plus 1 raised to 3 halves dx. So if you recall the formulas for integration, we cannot apply any formula directly to this integral because medyo complicated siya. Number one, if we look at this as du over u, the numerator should be a degree lower than the denominator. So the 3 halves ang degree dito, we cannot say that the degree here is 3 halves minus 1, but instead, first degree atong numerator. If we look at this as u raised to n du, if this is u and this is n, so this should be first degree, 0 degree because first degree man ang atong u, or u is first degree. So therefore, di rin pwede natin gamitin directly. So the best way to do this is by algebraic substitution, or let us change a variable. So the most common way of solving this is just change a variable. So if we let u be equal to, let's say, eto na lang, this will represent u. Of course, if we change u, we also need to change du, right? Eto. So if u is equal to 2x plus 1, so therefore, if we get du, du will be 2 dx. So, and ano pa, dito, what will happen? If this is u, kasi we have 4x naman dito. So, how about if u is equal to 2x plus 1, therefore, it follows that 2x is equal to, di na natin i-divide by 2. 2x is equal to u minus 1. If 2x is equal to u minus 1, therefore, 4x is equal to 2 times u minus 1, right? Pwedeng ganun. Pwede pero depende. Or pwede din 2u minus 2. So, kung mag-substitute na tayo, then we'll have I is equal to the integral of 4x, which is 2u minus 2, then minus 1. This is just one way, ha? There are many ways to kill the cat. Over u raised to 3 halves. Raised to 3 halves. Then dx. Ano yung dx natin? Dx is half of u. Ito yung mga technique na I noticed na you already are using. So, kani siya, medyo complicated naman. So, mas applicable dyan siya. Ayan. So, pwede na. Simplify ulit. So, therefore, this becomes, ilabas natin yung 1/2 integral of 2u minus 3 over u raised to 3 halves. So, du. So, do you think medyo easier na siya? Pwede. Pero depende. So, that is equal to 1/2 times the integral of, ato na ibuwag, no? Times 2 integral of u raised to 3 halves, u over u raised to 3 halves, du minus 3 integral of du over u raised to 3 halves. So, pwede na. Kayang-kaya na. So, therefore, I is equal to, eto, ma-cancel out man siya for this first term. Unya, eto siya, what is 3 halves minus 1? So, let's do over 2. Is it 1/2? Tama ba? 1/2, right? So, therefore, this is integral of u raised to 1/2 du minus, eto, 3 halves. Just tell me if medyo na may error ko, ha? U raised, sorry. Diba? Hindi nyo sinabi. It's negative 1/2. Negative 1/2 pala kasi ito. This ay, akong giyana. I-divide ito. So, this is raised to negative 3 halves du. So, therefore, I is equal to, by the formula, integral of u raised to n du, which is equal to u raised to n minus plus 1 over n plus 1. So, we'll have u raised to 1 half over 1 half, tama ba? Minus 3 halves, okay, times u raised to, what will happen here? So, mag plus 1 tayo. If we add 1, so that's negative 1 half. Raised to negative 1 half over negative 1 half. Okay. So, eto, ma-cancel out na to. So, simplify, we'll have I is equal to 2 times u raised to 1 half plus 3 u raised to negative 1 half plus c. Okay, may plus c pa pala. So, ibalik na natin yung variable wherein u is equal to 2x plus 1. Hence, we'll have I is equal to 2 times 2x plus 1. Tama na ba? 2x plus 1. Okay, raised to 1 half. So, square root na lang ulit. Square root of 2x plus 1 plus 3 over square root of 2x plus 1 plus c. Tama na ba? Muna guys. Agree na. So, kung hindi tayo nagka-error, then that would be our answer. So, let's try to evaluate this integral. Let's take this as I. I is equal to the integral of sine square root of t dt. Okay, remember, we have a formula for the integral of sine u du, right? But what is complicated in this problem is this, diba? If our u is equal to square root of t, then du should contain the variable t pa, diba? Or no, square root of t, because this is dt over 2 square root of t, if you recall. But we don't have any other variables na containing this, di ba? That resembles another part or another factor of the integral. So therefore, we cannot apply directly the formula. So to make this easier, let's apply a change in the variable. So let us take x as square root of t. Pwede na lang ganun, no? Pwedeng ganun. Then, that means x squared is equal to t. So, if we solve for dt, that would be 2x dx by implicit differentiation. That's equal to dt. Pwede? Pero dipindi? Yan. So, therefore, I is equal to the integral of sine x, or that's square root of t, times dt, which is 2x dx. So, simplify natin, I is equal to 2 integral of x sine x dx. Question, saan naman ni siya pag-answer? What should we use to answer this? Ang galing, o diba? Master na. By integration by parts. So, by integration by parts. IP na lang. Pangit. Basta integration by parts na siya. So, integration by parts, if we let, anong pwedeng gamitan tayo? UV gapon. If we let u equal to x and d, naka-answer na tayo nito, no? dv as sine x dx, therefore, du is equal to dx, and v is equal to the integral of sine. Na-recall pa ninyo. The integral of sine, that's negative cosine x. Ayan. So, therefore, I is equal to 2 times uv, negative x cosine x minus integral of v du. So, negative cosine x dx. So, therefore, I is equal to negative 2x cosine x plus 2. The integral of cosine is positive sign. Tama ba? Positive sign plus c. So, that would be our answer. But wait, there's more. It's not finished yet. I is equal to negative 2. Remember that x is equal to square root of t. So, negative 2 square root of t cosine square root of t plus 2 sine square root of t plus c. Very easy. Okay, let's take this next problem. Let's evaluate this integral of x cubed times the square root of a squared minus x squared dx. So to solve this problem, we just need to identify the part of the problem that makes it complicated. Of course, that would be the radical sign. Diba? So parang yun ang papakomplicate sa kanya. So how about if we substitute another variable to represent that factor that contains a radical sign. So let's take, for example, let's take y as our new variable. So let's change the variable to y. So I'll represent y as this factor in the integrand, a squared minus x squared, or square root of a squared minus x squared. Okay? So if y is equal to the square root of a squared minus x squared, it follows that y squared is equal to a squared minus x squared. So mas madali na natin makukuha yung dx. Okay? So by implicit differentiation, we could say that 2y dy is equal to a is a constant, so that would be 0, minus the integral of x squared, that's 2x, dx. Hence, y dy is equal to negative x dx. Negative x dx, or x dx is equal to negative y dy. So, pwede na tayong mag-substitute. Maybe I'll start with, meron pa. Wait. If we change the integral to, since nag-appear yung x dx, how about I'll just isolate one x dito para i-partner ko siya dito. So, our integral becomes x squared, square root of a squared minus x squared, x dx. Yan. Diba? So, yung isang x dito, hiniwalay ko. So, naging x dx na lang dito. X squared na lang dito. So, we could now substitute. We need to substitute for x squared, of course. So, dito natin kunin. So, from here, we know that x squared is equal to, interchange lang natin, y squared minus, a squared minus y squared. So, therefore, the integral becomes I is equal to x squared, which is a squared minus y squared, times this, which is just y, times x dx, which is negative y dy. So, times negative y dy. So, therefore, we just get rid of the radical sign by our substitution. So, therefore, I is equal to negative, anong pwedeng gawin natin dito? This becomes y squared times a squared minus y dy. Sorry, a squared minus y squared dy. Okay. So, dito, of course, pwede nating algebraic na lang. Distribute na lang natin yung y squared because wala naman siyang exponent. So, we can freely distribute y squared. So, therefore, we could rewrite this as, pwede nga ito, negative square root, integral of a squared y squared dy. And actually, pwede natin ilabas yung a squared because this is a constant. So, we'll just interchange this. Pwedeng ganon. Then, plus integral of y raised to 4 dy. So, from here, that would be very easy na. Hence, we have I is equal to negative a squared times, this is y cubed over 3. May humahabol. Si Rinel humahabol. Y raised to 5 over 5 plus c. So, therefore, I is equal to negative a squared, a squared over 3. Let us just combine the constants. A squared over 3. And remember that y is square root of, or that is simply the same as a squared minus x squared raised to 1/2, diba? Since meron tayong y cubed doon kanina sa baba, so you just raise this to 3, so that becomes 3/2. So therefore, this is a squared minus x squared, a squared minus x squared raised to 3/2 plus 1/5 of y raised to 5. So we know that y is equal to square root of, or a squared minus x squared raised to 1/2, then raised to 5. So that would be raised to 5/2 plus c. So this is our answer. Okay, let us try this integral. We have integral of 1 plus ln x over x cubed dx. Okay, so inspecting this integral, what makes this complicated, of course, is the presence of ln, because the denominator is algebraic, no? But the numerator contains a transcendental function. So we need to simplify the integral by substituting the variable. How about if I'll substitute is, instead of substituting 1 plus ln x, I'll just substitute ln x. But you can always do that, kanang you substitute 1 plus ln x, but of course the whole process will be different. So I'll choose to substitute, I'll use y to take the place of ln x. Of course, if I want to solve for dy, that would be dx over x. Okay. Then, to solve, remember, meron pa tayong x that we need to substitute. So, therefore, we need to solve for x. Okay. So, that means x, or no, from here, eto, it means that exponential y is equal to x, right? Ito lang, I just solve for x from here. So exponential y is equal to x. Hence, so that means exponential 2y is equal to x squared. We will see that mamaya in our solution. So let us just rearrange our integral. So this would become 1 plus, sige, let's start with ln x muna. Dito, because dx over x appeared, so I'll just isolate dx over x. So this becomes x squared dito. So therefore, if I proceed with my substitution, of course, if I add na lang ko na lang dito that exponential 2y is equal to x squared. So therefore, my substitutions will be integral of 1 plus ln x, which is y, over x squared, which is of 2y, times dy. That's dy. So, easier na. Medyo easy na, no? Pwede na tayong directly maka-apply na tayong formula, because this becomes I is equal to the integral of dy over exponential 2y plus integral of y dy over exponential 2y. Okay, or I could rewrite this as I equal to integral of exponential negative 2y dy plus integral of, tama ba yung process ko or wala ba akong namali? Plus integral of y exponential negative 2y dy. Okay. Then proceed. So therefore, we'll have I is equal to the integral of this, that is just negative 1/2 exponential negative 2y. Now, by formula, we know that the integral of exponential u du is just exponential u. And our du is negative, 2, it's negative 2 dy. So we need to multiply by negative 1/2. You know that already. Plus, in this case, we proceed to integration by parts. So if we let u be equal to y and dv be equal to exponential negative 2y dy, therefore du is equal to dy, and v is equal to negative 1/2 exponential negative 2y. So therefore, this becomes plus in uv. So we have negative 1/2 y exponential negative 2y, so uv, minus integral of v du, integral of v, so that's negative 1/2 exponential negative 2y du, which is dy. Ayan. Then we'll have I, which is equal to negative 1/2 exponential negative 2y. Okay. Plus negative 1/2 y exponential negative 2y. What else? Then this becomes plus 1/2 times the integral of this. We know that the integral of that, ulit-ulit kanina, that's negative 1/2 exponential negative 2y, then plus c. Okay. Therefore, I is equal to negative 1/2 exponential negative 2y minus 1/2 y exponential negative 2y. Then, if I multiply this, that would be minus 1/4, tama ba? Exponential negative 2y. Then plus c, and of course, these are similar. We could just add negative 1/2 and negative 1/4. So, that would be negative 3/4. Tama ba? Uy, parang may naka-answer ng negative 3/4, no? How about if I do it like this? Negative 1/2 y exponential negative 2y minus 3/4 exponential negative 2y plus c. Okay, so how will we express our final answer? We know that y is equal to ln x, right? So, bilik lang natin. We have negative 1/2 y times exponential negative 2 ln x minus 3/4 exponential negative 2 ln x plus c. But wait, there's more. We know from the properties of logarithm, hindi natin ilagay, medyo laggy yung screen ko, no? We know from the properties of logarithm that exponential ln p is equal to p, right? So, eto siya. We could actually rewrite this as exponential ln x raised to negative 2, right? So, therefore, this is equal to x raised to negative 2. So, therefore, let's rewrite this to negative 1/2 ln x times x raised to negative 2 minus 3/4 x raised to negative 2 plus c. So, what would be our final answer? Dito ko na nalagay. Negative negative ln x over 2x squared minus 3 over 4x squared plus c. O, sino yung nakatama? Sorry, hindi na nakita. Ayan. Okay, parang may nakakuha siguro. Pero lahi lang ang mga substitution. Pero as long as correct,